Yes, hi, shalom, salam to everybody. Back again, Daniel here, and I talk about the history. Still, we talk about Switzerland and the whole where I am coming from, and then will switch to also to Portugal because I'm also from there, and in general the whole Europe mystery Babylon. We're gonna demystify because it's soon over. It's already over, long time. That's why I want so badly go out of here, and they don't let us out. So anyhow, I survived all this. What happened to me? So I have nothing to lose. Anyhow. So I will just explain you what it's all about, because we have the proof, so we have the duty to show the people the truth with the proof, and it's indiscussible, or however I'm gonna say that. It's just how it is. This is you cannot deny. It's like the sun shining. If because this is a big problem here in Europe. Mystery Babylon, because if you say, for example, something which is undeniable, like the sun is shining, there is people they say, this is only your opinion, yeah. So it's a basic problem of understanding, yeah. So we gonna into something here. I have an individual here, a feller here, again from the enemies, yeah. Just and say looks maybe a little bit like me, but with the beard and all this. But again, I don't want to be associated with no Swiss, and no European, and none of that things. So this individual called George Ham Page, right? Even the name George Ham Page, right? Ham Page is like rampage. Okay, ham, it's like it's from the swine, isn't it? And yes, here we go. Who is this individual? Yeah, it actually, look, it's saying here George Ham Page, commonly referred to as General Page. There was an American industrialist who co-founded the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company in 1866. Yes, a predecessor of Nestle, right? So I know very well. So again, I just opened the Wikipedia, yeah, to show you that all this information is on the Wikipedia. I don't have to read this because I'm coming from there where it is founded. We have, I know all these things, from first hand. Yeah, so I can tell you that here we go, Nestle. Nestle. Everyone knows. Everybody in the whole world knows. They just, they're saying here the Nestle headquarters in Vevey, in Wood, in Switzerland, the French part of Switzerland. Because there's four parts. There is there are four languages. The French, the Italian, the Romansh, and the German, right? But the German, it's many dialects of German. So how we speak in German, it's not what we learn in school. In school, we learn the German, the High German, from how they speak in Germany, right? Like they speak in the television in Germany, okay? But everyone has an own dialect. Every city has their own dialect. Every family could have his own dialect, right? So Nestle, yeah, it's coming out of, it's like a merge. Again, this individual George Ham Page, he coming from the United States of America, okay? And there is another individual called Nestlin, yeah, and this was a pharmaceutical guy, so a pharmaceut, right? He was from Germany, from the Schwabenland. But he worked in Switzerland in the French part there, and he was he was in the pharma industry. Yeah, so there is the name Nestlé coming from Nestlé. So it's a pharmaceutical individual, right? So they put it now like this. The nest also, it's a nest, you know. In German also, this is a nest. It's a nest. So you see the birds, you see the mother bird, the birdie mother, feeding the children. So the name coming from there. So George M. Page, how is he coming in now? George M. Page is coming in to my city there, Cham, okay? Even my family there, my cousins, they lived in the Adelheid Page Street. Adelheid Page was his wife, yeah? So Adelheid Page, before she was from there, she would call Schwerzmann before. Schwerzmann is a very typical name from this region, yeah? And then she would marry this individual, and yes, what was he doing there anyhow? Yeah, he found that he was making business, yeah? This international mafia, right? He coming for sure from he's a colonizer, yeah? He coming out of the United States of America, you know, anti-culture of colonizing and the whole Wild West kind of scenario, you know, having slaves and all these things, and being racist and being rude and being actually a pig, yeah? Being a pig, because it's already saying in his name, yeah? Ham, right? Ham Page, George Ham Page. Commonly referred to as General Page, yeah? Also, again, the whole military, you must see the whole military aspect also of Switzerland. You must see how this all is linked. Satanism, pedophiles, military, and sorcery, the drugs, and the food, yeah, and the education, the manipulation, the brainwash, the hypnose. It has everything to do with hypnosis. So check it out. And to tune your body differently, you know, like they put everything different. They tune you different. Instead of be tuned by nature, you're tuned by this kind of people, right? So watch out, eh? George M. Page, he, you know, coming out of the United States, they used United States of America. They used condensed milk in the army, you know. They used in the civil wars and in there they used condensed milk. I think they invented the condensed milk somehow there in the United States of America. So he came with this kind of ideology to make it's for warfare, you know, because with this condensed milk you can for sure feed people, yeah. And then out of the condensed milk, yeah, they make also the milk powder, yeah. It is then also you can then feed the children, the orphans, because you killed all the parents, yeah. So then you can still use the babies, giving them a substitute of breast milk, and then you can use them as soldiers and slaves. That's what is the whole plan about, yeah. And even if you study the history there in my city, you know, they had a lot of orphanates, yeah. A lot of orphanates, you know, and this was all linked with this kind of people, and they used a lot of orphans as in the fabrics, you know, as so-called verding. They were called, even the farmers. Actually, this has a long, actually in Switzerland, yeah, slavery never stopped, yeah. But this is another topic. But seriously. At this time, let me say here, 1866, yeah, this time, what was the working class there in Switzerland? Who would work in the fabrics, yeah? It was children, my friends. It was children and orphans, you know, mostly, because the so-called Verding Buben, they were real orphans, yeah, they were just used as slaves on these farms in Switzerland and in these fabrics, and this is serious, yeah. There's even movies about that, so it's nothing we have to hide, eh? It's nothing it's the culture there. So that's why it's everything there. It's evil. If someone can come with something good coming out of Switzerland, you know, Confédération Helvética and all this thing, tell me, you know. I don't know. Myself, you know, I'm telling you, the nature, yeah, it's something different. I'm not talking about nature, I'm not talking about spirits. I'm talking about the system that they put you in your mind. That Switzerland, I think it's not real. Again, it's like Europe is not real. This thing, it's a mindset, and it's Babylon. And watch out with this, because again, this individual now, he went to Cham, to my city, and they produced milk powder, and with that they made the whole warfare, in the whole world, feeding the soldiers, and they made chocolate. That's why Swiss chocolate. Where is the cacao coming from? Still from Africa, right? So they put the cacao with a lot of refined sugar, which is also coming from Switzerland. All this refined stuff, it's coming from Switzerland, and from their children, and from, it's coming because the Switzerland's coming from the Knights Templars, and the Knights Templars, there is the whole witchcraft coming from, and again, the industry, the pharma industry and food industry, and like what they feed to the people, and what people consume, yeah, and the media, the propaganda, this coming from, again, Hitler and Goebbels and all these people, and they put this is all just a manipulation, believe me, I'm seriously, if someone knows, I know it, so don't believe no one else except me, if it goes, if it's about Switzerland, if it's about this kind of things, I'm born and raised there, yes, and I showed you who my family, my grandfather, he worked with Rothschild, and personally, yeah, my grandfather now, he had in Saint-Tropez, he had a big villa, you do understand what's going on? You do understand what is going on? Yeah? Yeah? The richest people in the world being the ones who stole everything? No, it cannot be, yeah? The richest person in history is Mansa Musa from the Mali Empire, yeah? So for sure, the richest people in the world have to be the African kings, and never, ever, 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 ever no people coming there from the mountains, or behind the mountains, where it's cold and there is actually no resource at all. How come? So these people, they're doing sorcery. It means, look, the first one who refined cocaine, for example, it was a Portuguese priest, a Catholic priest, 300 years ago in Brazil. So they colonize. They learn everything from these tribes. They learn from the indigenous people all the science, and then they steal the science, they steal the knowledge, they steal the people, and they steal the resources. And then they make their witchcraft, like milk powder, like again, chocolate. What is chocolate? Swiss chocolate. It's a witchcraft. Don't ever eat no Swiss chocolate, my friends. Don't ever consume no Babylon things, because seriously, Red Bull, it's coming from Austria. Austria, watch out. Austria, it's a devil's place, Study history. Who founded this? What is all about, yeah? Still the church. It's still the pedophiles, yeah? That's why all these scandals always. Who founded the European Union? It's still the Satanists, it's still the pedophiles, yeah? So here we go. So Red Bull, it's a Satanist thing. It's like Monster energy drink, right? But the Red Bull is the first one, yeah? Of these energy drinks, with this taste. Very nasty. So before it was the Coca-Cola, again. Coca-Cola is the same. It's the devil's thing, eh? That's why the Santa Claus also was a Coca-Cola. Santa Claus drinking Coca-Cola all the time, isn't it? So here we go. So if you see the whole aspect of feeding you with the drugs, that you work harder as a slave, yes? Like the children working in the mines today, or in sewing factories in India and Bangladesh and taking amphetamines, that's a sad truth, what is going on, and they die very early because of that. And that would always happen. It starts with the alcohol, with the beer. Beer. In Babylon, everyone, like in Babylon, the slaves get paid. It's stupid. They get paid. They get fat. Yeah, Babylon give them a beer to drink. That because it makes you work harder. Actually, it's a spirit, right? Isn't it? Isn't alcohol a spirit? Isn't this is it gin? Isn't it a gin? A gin? A gin? It's called even gin. The drink, it's called a gin. You drink it, and the spirit goes inside. The spirit possesses you, and you're not yourself. You are possessed. You're possessed by a demon, and that's it. And the whole civilization here, actually, it's based on alcoholism. Like here, I say the Western civilization, the European civilization. This thing, they're all alcoholics, and then other drugs. Again, like the pharmaceutical, all the drugs coming out of the system, of the pharmaceutical thing. But it started with alcohol. The alcohol it's older. It's the first one they give to the people, and they also give you then the flesh, the blood. They give you again the pig, the ham, the pig. The pig. Where is the pig coming from? Does nature have a pig? Does nature have a pig? For sure, the wild boar. The wild boar is a kind of a pig, but it's natural. But it has a fur and it has teeth, so it can survive in nature. So you take away the teeth, you take away the fur, this pig cannot survive in nature. And here we go. So step by step, I have to explain to the people what it's all about, because I see there's a lack of understanding, because people always consuming all these things, but it's not coming. They don't know the history of. They don't know at all where McDonald's and again Nestle. They don't know where it is coming from. If they would know where it's coming from and what is the whole plan of feeding you this, they would not never take it again. Yes. So again, chocolate. Yeah. First you have to invent. First you have to go to Africa, yes, and steal the cacao. You just have to go to steal the cacao first, yeah, and then you have to invent refined sugar, white sugar, and then you have to invent the milk powder, yes, and then you mix this all together and turn some evil spell on it, and then this is Swiss chocolate, yes, Swiss chocolate, right? And this that you feed the people in the world, that everyone, Swiss chocolate, Swiss chocolate is the worst again, and it's not helping you at all. And the industry in general, with coming out of Switzerland, is now dominating the world, because like this new world order, I observed this very well, because I grew up there in Switzerland and I saw that everything there is evil. So I left Switzerland with 19 years because I knew as soon as I finished the school, like things, I left because it's evil. And then I went to Portugal, but at the time had still some freedom, yeah. And then I saw, like, step by step, like they change everything exactly the same way like in Switzerland. So at the moment now, the whole Europe is like, again, I warned the people so many years. I remember my cousin, and I think this was 2000 12 around this. I was more than 10 years ago, yeah. And my cousin was in Switzerland. He was showing me this documentary Zeitgeist. It's called Zeitgeist, yeah. And it was this guy, this American guy, talking about the money and with this Venus project, Jacques Fresco, and all these things. You know, I watched it and I was okay. I agree with the things that we don't need the money, and the money is a tool from the devil to enslave us. You know, and it has no real value. You know, and we should have a resource-based economy. That's for sure. But I didn't agree with many other things like the Venus thing, and immediately I responded to my cousin with, oh, what is about Rastafari? So, you know, and that's it. So if you have already the solution for it, why we don't go with the solution? Why people always try to invent other stuff? Then go with the solution, you know? I mean, check it out. Haile Selassie, you know, like you cannot just ignore that, you know, because he's the Christ. How come all this, you know, like everywhere now it's, you know, the new age thing, you know, like even Moji, check out Moji, he has a Christ temple, you know. I don't know if you guys know Moji, yeah? But anyhow, there's other gurus like this and talking about the Christ, but not talking about Haile Selassie. So what kind of conscience is that? Maybe you eat too much chocolate, yeah? So watch out. Okay, thank you very much for watching. We're gonna continue with the history in the next video, and then we're gonna go smoothly from Switzerland, yeah, and Helvetia and this Hellenistic and hellish people from the north. We go slowly to the south, to the Iberian Peninsula, to Portugal, and discover more about the Moors, yeah, and we discover more about the Knights Templars, yes, and because yes, they coming out of the hell, yeah, and going down then there to Africa to steal everything, yes. So thank you very much for watching, and blessed love. See you soon. One Love Caravan, straight forward to Zion.